Okay, third stage, final stage of using gradation to create the illusion of depth. So we're gonna go ahead and work on the ground, the cast shadow, and then finalize the form here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my vine and apply long strokes down at the bottom of my paper here. Taking my blending stump and just pulling that charcoal just like that. And I'm actually going to go in the opposite direction. So vertical strokes and horizontal strokes. I'm just going around that cast shadow because I'm going to be placing the black using the compressed charcoal. So now I'm going to take my tissue and I'm going to blend. Be really careful right here. Blend the charcoal. Be careful right along that horizontal line. I'm going to take a Q-tip right in that area there, but for now I'm just blending around like that. Then I'm going to take my Q-tip and using horizontal strokes here, going right along the edge of the form. And you can see my cast shadow is now a lot smaller than what we started off with, but don't worry about that because we're going to rework it just a little bit. So this area is going to be pretty light. Oh. And you could see that gradual shift, the transition here between the light gray and then we have a mid gray right in here. And also around the form. Finally, I'm going to take my compressed here and I'm just going to go right along, redraw my cast shadow. And I'm going to apply a little tiny bit right along the left side, the lower left side of the sphere. And then right above the reflected light, just a tiny bit for my core shadow. Okay. And then you can take a smaller blending stump and go right under the form. And blend that charcoal. You have to blow some of that charcoal off your paper. And I'm going to do the same thing to my sphere. So I'm really trying to follow the contours of the sphere and blend. And I'm pressing down right along that reflected light. And I'm gradating the black with the mid gray. You know? Now I think I went a little bit too dark up here. So what can I do? What can you do? What can you use? I think I'm going to use my kneaded eraser, but you could also use your Q-tip. Take some of that compressed right off, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little more compressed. Just like this. I'm going to wrap my strokes now. We're going to come up and around. I'm trying to create the illusion of depth using 5 distinct values and gradating these values from light to dark. Okay. I'm also going to take a little bit of compressed and just apply it on my blending stump and go right along this area here behind my sphere. Okay, just to make that area pop a bit more. Shake that off there. There we go. Clean that up just a tiny bit. And come right in here and wrap around just like that. And then I think I'm going to go right along the cast shadow. Try to blend out the black, rework it. Go around the top and the background. I'm going to take my Q-tip, blend this a little bit more. Okay. So final stage here of creating the illusion of depth using gradation. That gradual shift from the core shadow to the mid shadow to the highlight, which is your lightest point, black area there, cast shadow, reflected light. And you can take your white eraser and go right along the reflected light. Just like that. And then if you'd like, you can take your Q-tip and just blend a little tiny bit more. Okay. Good luck.